is Arcadia, and today's topic I will be covering language exchange apps, specifically Meef. A long time ago, I decided to download this app called Meef. I wanted to find a language partner so I could grow my Japanese skills, so I thought it would be okay to do this. Immediately when I downloaded the app and created a profile, I noticed that a huge majority of the users are Korean. Now, I tried switching the language to talk to different users, but people from other regions didn't seem to be as active as the influx of Korean users. And those same Korean users would add multiple languages to their profile, messing up the algorithm. So even if I wanted to learn another language, a lot of Korean people would add multiple languages under their profiles. And Meef has this thing where it tells you if you're popular with different nationalities and countries. On top of the majority of users being Korean, the majority of messages I received were from people from Morocco, Spain, and etc. Another thing is that the majority of users are men. This is another thing I noticed about the app. If my gender is set to female, I am only showed male users. I rarely see any female profiles. Some female profiles would pop up, but there would be guys as well saying, I accidentally set it to female, let's be friends, and they're obviously a guy, and they're not non-binary or anything, but they're just a guy with their setting as a female, likely to, get more likes or whatever. The second time I created an account with this app, I accidentally set my gender as a male, and still, the majority of users that I was seeing were male. Now, I couldn't find any Googleable stats on this app, but it's very obvious that the majority of the users are primarily male. Now, there's nothing wrong with this per se, but most frequently, when the majority of the users are male on an app, there's an influx of perverse actions. I don't know why, but it just happens. Now, why am I recommending users not to use this app? There are three main reasons: scammers, perverts, and catfish. There are so many catfishes, and the profiles are sometimes easy to recognize, and I'm speaking from my experience, so I will be talking about the guy catfishes. So the guy will have perfect Instagrammable photos or model-like photos on their profile, and it looks so fake. And they usually have a few things in their bio, such as, Perv or Line or Kakao, which are messaging apps popular in Asia, or real/not fake, or even no prostitutes or no scammer. I remember exchanging a Line chat with a Korean guy that showed that he was from America and he's learning English, which honestly should have been my first telltale sign that this person was fake. And from being on this app, any Korean guy or Asian guy, majority of the time that says they're from America, or their nationality is American, and they have a Korean guy or Asian guy as their profile, they're usually fake. Anyway, back to my story. I added him onto Line, and then I added him onto Line, and he suddenly started speaking English very well. Another red flag. And of course, asked photos of myself, and I blocked him. Another time, a Korean guy asked to talk outside the app, but this time he wanted to chat from Google Chats. And I've never done this, but I thought it was safer in a way. I thought it was okay because he was a gay guy, and I was like, whatever. So I added him onto Google Chats, and he didn't have a profile set up before we chatted, but the more we chatted, the more he kept updating his profile photo and bios and so on. So I asked if he was a scammer just outright, and I asked him to send a few photos of himself. And it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure he was definitely a scammer. Based on a lot of people's experience, usually they'll get scammed into sending money. For guys with female scammers, usually they'll say, oh, I'm in danger, or some bad thing happened, please send me $1,000, or something like that. And there are a lot of nice people out there, but there are also a lot of bad people who will take advantage of them. So these scammers aren't very clever, especially with the fake photos that they use. You can just go on Pinterest and search Korean oppa and then find many similar photos that they use on this app. And sometimes while you're scrolling, you can bump into the same profiles maybe 2 or 3 times. So, you Korean oppas, be careful out there. People are stealing your Instagram photos. Now, I haven't used this app since maybe last year, and it's updated, and it's definitely pandering to dating nowadays. I guess, if you can't beat them, join them. But in the past, it was, for language learning, and a lot of people had fun on this app before there was influx of, perverts and etc. Now, with the perverts, they're just everywhere. Some new functions on the app that I saw was like the video call option, voice call option, and then there's like a blind dating friendship room. On the video call option, I was speaking with this Korean guy for a very short moment. I asked him, where he's from, why he's up so late, and then he flashed his little dingling at me. And there were other profiles that were on the waiting room with other users who had their genitalia, that had their peenie weenies out as their profile picture. And I'm surprised how this app doesn't filter out those kinds of photos, but it's not uncommon. I probably saw 3, and I did chat with a few more people, not on video call but in regular chat, but they usually say the same things like, let's add Instagram immediately or something like that. And usually when they want to add Instagram immediately or line, chat, etc., they just either want followers, they just want to message you and ghost you so they get followers, or they just want to do some pervert stuff. The other thing about the pervertedness is that some of these users are underage. I saw some profiles from, boys, and I'm saying boys for a reason, they'll say pervert in their bio, and they obviously look super young. Some girls' profiles that I saw, they'll have 18 as their age on their profile, but then they'll add in their bio 2007, 2008. So, that's just walking into a whole case right there, especially with the influx of perverts. In my opinion, this app basically feels like Omegle. The Korean version, I guess, because of these very obvious and quick patterns. Another thing I don't like about the app is just there are so many ads. If you swipe maybe 3 or 4 profiles, you get a 1-minute ad that plays, and they keep promoting their premium subscription, which I'm not sure why anyone would like to use it. There were some other responses from the Reddit that I found that was talking about their experiences being on Meef. Earlier, a few years ago, I saw more videos about people, against using Meef as a language learning app, but for some reason, while I'm doing my research now, I don't see many of those videos, maybe because they're so old, but, the responses that I'm reading from Reddit are a year old or to a couple of months, but there's only a few. This Redditor says, "Hello everyone, I started to use Meef a few weeks ago and I noticed a pattern. 90% of my matches are women from Hong Kong, all with an obvious plastic surgery done up face. After a few lines of text, they always propose to switch to WhatsApp. If you propose an alternative like WeChat or Telegram, they pretend to only have WhatsApp. They all present themselves as entrepreneurs, aged between 28 and 32. I don't know what to think of these profiles since they operate in a similar fashion. I start to doubt it. Later, some girls I never met added me to WeChat looking for entrepreneurs. Either I'm attracting all rich, divorced Chinese girls with plastic surgery, or either I'm a target for scammers." Now, another response. "Is it just me, or is this app a little sketchy? I feel like half the people I meet are just super fake or not real. They invite me over to use Kakao Chat and then ghost me. Is there ever real people? I was hoping to maybe make friends and learn some Korean." Which honestly was also my expectations and experience I wanted. I really wanted to make some friends and, exchange languages. Now, there was another few posts that, spoke about prostitute scams where, they'll befriend a girl, exchange line chat or Kakao chat, and then they'll tell them the, person that they're chatting with that they're a prostitute, and they'll say, "Hey, I need this money or my boss is going to be mad, so please send me this money." Now, there were a few people who almost sent the money, people obviously realized it was a scam, but it's sad to think about people who may have fallen for these scams just because they thought they were doing a good thing. But these scams are all over the app. Perverts are all over the app. Underage minors, around these perverts is not a good thing. And of course, the app is making people pay for really nothing because it's just turned into a dating app. It's really unfortunate, and I don't recommend it for these reasons. Too many perverts, too many scams, and too many catfish. But yeah, nowadays I use HelloTalk. There are some perverts on there, but the system that they have filters out nudity. So if anybody tries to send you anything, the system will pick up on it. And of course, if you report any of that behavior, they're really quick to remove. In comparison with Meef, there's too many on there. I guess they just stopped caring. But yeah, that's my experience dealing with Meef and why I don't recommend it to use it for language learning.